influence the masses. My people projecting. We don't know. You got a cat. You got a cat. You got to let us know what your people are. Just be careful, okay? Be careful. We have very powerful people in the chat. He said, laughing my butt off.
Let him stay for a little bit longer.
He good, y'all. Appreciate you, Collins, man. Make sure you hit that like button as well, man. Appreciate you. He said, your people.
And thank you to everybody over on TikTok as well. Thank you, Influencer Weekly KB, for the heart meme and all the roses and everything. So thank y'all.
Yeah, don't get them, y'all.
Don't get them, Tristan. Let me say.
He doing well. So we got this young lady that had a lot to say about her response to K. Well, she's not responding. She's agreeing with K. Michelle, which K. Michelle talked about on Club Shay Shay. So the divide is talking about K. Michelle has influenced the masses. So here we go.
A lot of people know about her interview, and I probably feel like y'all are not gonna like me after this, but I agree with her. She said in an interview, basically, she don't care what her husband does with other women as long as he's not giving them money. And I agree, because at the end of the day, I'm not really big on monogamy, and it's not that I don't know my worth. It's the fact that I know my worth. Like, at the end of the day, and I am a very free-spirited, open-minded person, and we only have one life, and I cannot tell somebody they can only be with me for the rest of their life. That is a choice that they got to make, but that's not a requirement to be with me, because at the end of the day, like, if we get married, to me, a marriage is like a business contract. And I want to know that you're loyal. I want to know we communicate. I want to know that we see eye to eye. I want to know that I could trust you. I want to know at our worst moments, like, you still have my back, because we're going to go through shit. That's what all relationships do. But you doing what you do with other women, that's going to happen. Like, I expect that out of anybody, because we are mammals. We are born on this earth to reproduce, literally. So who am I to tell you what you can and cannot do? Now, if you look at me and you're like, see, I want you and only you, and I want to be monogamous, I'm locked in. I want you to prove me different, because I don't think nobody can be monogamous. I don't think that, like, women, they go cheat too. They cheat too. Like, men, y'all gonna cheat for certain reasons. Y'all gonna go out here just, I mean, it's nothing like some new. We all know that. A woman, we cheat with emotions. You're neglecting her. She was on her period and you went to the club. Like, we cheat for the most emotional, stupidest shit, because we feel neglected as women sometimes. And men, y'all just like to do it. So we all, at some point in a relationship, I don't care, we'll step out on each other. So why are we going to argue about something that is not that big of a deal to me? And it's not that I want a poly relationship. No, it's I am not trying to control nobody. I don't want to control my partner. I don't want to tell them what they can. I want them to live the best life they can. I love them. So I want them YOLO. Do whatever you want to do. Just don't let these bitches have ups on me, and don't give them our money. And let's keep stacking. Let's keep progressing. You only get one life. And I don't want to die alone. But it's not really, I don't know. It's not settling. It's not. I know my worth, and I'm not going to settle, and I'm not going to be delusional, and I'm not going to be slow. I'm not going to get embarrassed on the internet. I'm not going to do none of that, because I know my man and we have an understanding. Okay, he gave you a wet. So what? What they do? We got this over here, this business over here, this over here, this over here. We got shit that ain't got nothing to do with that. Girl, I probably didn't feel like doing it that day. It is what it is. Thank you. You did me a favor. So K. Michelle has a lot of people know about her interview, and I probably feel like y'all are not going to like me after this, but I agree with her.
All right. So she agrees with K. Michelle. She said a lot there. What is your, Ryan, you got the floor.
I struggle with I said another FaceTime testimonial. Sco said, you know, I'm on the roof of the tallest building with the good millimeter scope. We appreciate y'all, for real. We really do. Yeah. But no, I can't share. And I've said this for the last almost year now. If you're going to step out, I don't want to know about it. Don't, just like she said though, don't mess over our family name. Don't embarrass me. Don't, don't let me see it. Do what you do, but I don't want to know. Be clean with it. Don't be messy with it. Don't go out here building relationships with these other women, and take care of home. I do agree with K Michelle when she said, "Don't be spending money on them." If you going out there just to be physically pleased, don't be spending our bill money on these other people. But I think a lot of men tend to, or some men who do choose to step outside, end up building relationships with these other women that they don't never intend on being with in that way. And I think they do that only to get in that position of, I can do what I want to do with this person, or I can handle you any type of way type deal. So at the end of the day, I just don't want to know. I really don't want to know. That's what you're doing. If that's what you're doing.
So she said a lot, and she did a lot. She did a lot of double talking too. She said a lot, and then she did a lot about, okay, because so y'all know I have to break this down. So I was listening. She said a few things that stood out to me. She also made a statement about, I want to settle down. I want to be the one. Prove me wrong. But I know this happens, and then she would say, but I also want this. Like she was almost saying out loud that she's settling, but in her heart, she does want a monogamous relationship. With that being said, if you go see her channel on or Instagram,
I've seen that background.
I think it'll be very difficult for a man to trust her. And again, I think this falls into, if y'all watched our first episode, it was called the halo effect, right? So the halo effect is something it's a psychological concept where we tendally assume that people possess one positive trait. In this definition, it will be such as attractiveness, right? They also possess other positive traits, right? A lot of times, because like Rain is very transparent about it. Rain always talks about, like, the first thing she sees is the attraction of the male. Like she never talked. So like that's just one quality that she likes, right? So that does lead her to hoping that he has other positive traits that go with the looks, right? So that kind of goes into our halo effect. But I think what y'all are witnessing with her also is pretty privilege. And this is something that we're starting to see across social media in general, right? And the definition of pretty privilege, so that In Too Deep can do another video to this. Pretty privilege is the social advantage people receive because they're considered, right? They're considered. That's a key word. Physically attractive by the standards of culture or society, right? And even Tristan said it in the chat. He said, Rain, you didn't tell me that your people would think like this.
Some of us are.
You see what I mean? So, and if you go to her Instagram, you can tell that she uses her privilege to gain views, so she has the clearance, right? She has the runway to fly into these type of conversations, right?
Yeah.
Because the dangerous thing about pretty privilege is this: they can be right and still be wrong, or be wrong and still be right. Don't let that go over your head, right? Because they can be right and still be wrong, or they can be wrong and still be right. Because with that being said, somebody who's in their feelings can judge her, right? Oh, nobody want her. But then you can have another group of people like, oh, she thick, she bad. You know what I mean? I ain't know they made her like that. You know what I mean? Like, so like there's going to be one side of the token who takes her privilege, her attractiveness that people considered attractive, right? Because I think, for me, I think it's very sloppy to have tattoos on your neck, a tattoo under your chin. Like that would take away from your attractiveness, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But I know some men like that, right? Because she gets millions of views on her page, so somebody likes it. But I think with that pretty privilege, she was able to make the statement, but then she was able to squeeze in there her real reality. She's actually seeking monogamy. She's seeking love, but she's using her privilege to say, hey, I know this is gonna happen. I ain't worrying about it. Maybe I ain't want to give him none. I don't care if he eat like she gave you all these other explanations behind it to kind of cover up, because she can do that too, right? Because some people might listen and only hear that part of it.
Right.
But I was hearing all the other stuff that she was actually asking for. And then even the hidden of the thigh was unnecessary. So we're gonna go to the chat. I think Rain AT&T is doing their AT&T thing tonight. Jen said, why do they do it? And regardless of anyone says, in your soul you will know. Yeah, that's true. What's up? I say your name wrong every night, so I'm just gonna say hypocrisy. 2021. I think the reason why monogamy is suffering so bad is because that's polygyny. Polygyny isn't allowed in the same permission to exist righteously. In a Western society. Yeah. He said, peace to the Raw Society. Shout out, Big Dog. How you doing, man? Good night. Have a good night, man. Hopefully you can stay tuned for the whole thing. We got some good stuff coming up in just a second. Jen says she sounds like she has talked herself into this to avoid disappointment. Yeah. That's what I heard too. I heard a lot of double talking. A lot of double talking. Shout out to Yeppy. Shout out to you. Trisha said, that's true. Double talk and chameleon talk sounds the same. Big facts. Thank y'all for keeping the chat alive. Thank y'all. Miles said attraction is only temporary. Date a 9 by the 5th date or after relations, that person is a 7. That is so true, Miles. That is so true. It's Hey Rupocracy. Okay, Hey Ru. Okay, cool. Appreciate you in too deep. That is so true. That is the truest thing I've heard. That attraction goes away after, like if that person don't keep your attention, that attraction goes away very swiftly. Very, very swiftly. Like you don't even care about the attraction no more. Like one thing could turn you off and that person doesn't even look the same no more. Have y'all ever went back and looked at old pictures of people you dated, or seen like old pictures that you probably like kept on your social media, or maybe they kept up, and like look back and be like, man, I can't believe like this was the person that like really stood out to me. Have any of y'all ever done that before? I'm trying to just give Soft Rain an opportunity to come back. She had to reset her internet, so she will be back. With that being said, man, yeah, I think this is a case of pretty privilege for sure. I think this is a case of I think K. Michelle falls in the same box as well. I think K. Michelle is able to double talk as she did on Cam Newton and Club Shay Shay. She gave us 2 different versions of K. Michelle, but I think because some people consider her attractive, and if you've seen the definition, consider means it don't have to be the majority. It just has to be a